Today is the 6th day of the new year. So we are in the 6th day of Vasanta Navaratras. As we heard now, as what they said, the universal Guru. There is only one Guru, who is Jagat Guru. Who is that? Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. He is the universal Guru. And all we are just his devotees and his children. And we are his followers. One may be a senior student, one may be a junior student. But we are all classmates. So a senior student always can lead a junior student, right? So we can just share our experiences, and thus we all can just take the right path together. We encourage. So that's why we came here today evening. When Ravi and Ramanaji said that here is the center, here are two devotees assembling now and then and spend some time with divine activities. So we came here just to pray to God to bless you all and bless the whole community in general. We never say that the blessings of God are only to Hindus or non-Hindus like that. We say that the blessings of God should be there for everybody, no matter who they are. There was a great Acharya by name Ramanuja Acharya. How many of you heard of his name? Ramanuja Acharya? That's right. So he lived in the 11th century. He got a disciple, though old by age and also knowledge, but he wanted to be a disciple of Ramanuja Acharya, and he was serving him. And his name was Uresa Mishra. So nice person, very generous person, and he was a very great charitable person also. Every day he used to feed thousands and thousands of people, no matter who they are. If they are in need of food, it should be served to them without any asking who you are, what's your background, how much are you going to pay. No. When 1,000 people used to take food, they used to ring a bell. When the nearby town, temple town, Kanchipuram, in the temple itself there was a discussion. Who is this? Ringing these bells once in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And then it was said, oh, it's Kuresh Mishra's house. Because after 1,000 people taking prasadam, then the bell will be ringing. Oh, is he such a wealthy person? The discussion went in the temple itself. But when it happened so, Kuresh Mishra thought, if the temple itself is thinking me like this, I should not possess all this wealth. He dedicated the entire wealth to the temple and just he left for Sri Rama. Generosity I'm talking about. One day, people in his home said, we need a leaf to eat prasadam. Can you go to the backyard and just bring a leaf, please? Banana leaf. people in olden days, they used to take sadhana in banana leaf, right? Not in plastic leaves. They asked him to bring a leaf. They gave him a small knife. He went into backyard to the plant and then he cut the leaf. What happens when you cut the leaf? There will be sap. Water drops will be there, right? It's called sap. S-A-P. Not computer program. So when there was sap, he thought, I cut it and the plant is crying. I hurt the plant. And he was not able to bear with the pain he caused to the plant. And out of sorrow, he just fell unconscious. That was his concern towards not only human beings, but towards plants. There is another incident. Ramanuja Acharya, as most of you must be knowing, was a great promoter of devotion in general in the society. But there were people even in those days who did not like bhakti at all. And the ruler of that day, who was called as a Chola king, he was an atheist. So he said, we should first of all eliminate Ramanuja. Then only the bhakti cult will be eliminated from the face of the earth. He wanted to just eliminate him. He sent his people to bring Ramanuja. So the military people came to him, to his much. During the time, Ramanuja was taking bath. Kures Mishra was there. And he knows what happens if at all Ramanuja goes there. And he said, no, I should take care of my guru. And then he took the garbs of Ramanuja Acharya, the Kashayam, and he took the Dandam of Ramanuja also and said, I am Ramanuja. Come on, take me. So they brought him to the Chola king. There was a kind of discussion, and he proved that the existence of God, and he said that devotion towards God is very, very important. But the king did not like that because he did not bring him for that purpose, Person like you, it's not what having attitude of this person who was in the court of the Chola king, provoked the king to do this kind of activities. And his name was Naduram. It's a part of Tamil Nadu. So he was the one actually who instigated the king to do this kind of activity. And the king, out of jealous, he wanted to do that. Of course, that happened. And people of that day wanted Ramanuja to be shifted from Srirangam to some other place where this king will not be able to do anything. Then Ramanuja was taken to Karnataka, to a place called Melkote. 12 years passed. And Puresa with no eyes was staying in Sri Lanka. Of course, the king passed away. After 12 years, Ramanuja returned. And he saw Puresa and said, oh Puresa, you gave your eyes for my sake. Please go to temple. Pray to the Lord. Lord is very much considerate. He blesses you with your own eyes. Again, please, for my sake, do that. Because Guruji was telling, to go to the temple and pray to God. The Guru said, that's okay. When you instruct me to do so, that's okay, I go there. And he went to the temple and then he prayed to Lord, Lord, bless me with such a kind of eyes which will never be closed. That means where? In the divine abode. God said, okay, but what you want here, tell me. Then Guru said, Lord, if you are gracious enough, please do this favor to me. Yes, tell me, what is that? If anybody criticizes you, you don't mind. But if anybody criticizes or hurts your devotees, you take it very serious, right? Of course. Mama, mad bhakta bhakteshu preetirabhyati kamata. Lord said, I love my devotees of devotees, devotees to devotees, very much. I think you also do the same thing, right? You love your son. And if your son has a son, whom do you love more? Grandson. If at all the grandson also gets a son, then whom do you love? Great grandson. And if your son comes then and says, Mom, I want to be with you, say, get out. I'm playing with my little guy. That means the more down you go, the more love you show. Right? It's the same with God. He loves his devotees, but he loves more who are devotees to those devotees and devotees to those devotees. For Bhrutya Bhrutya, Paricharaka Bhrutya Bhrutya, Bhrutyasya Bhrutya Idimam Smara. That's how one of a great kings called Kulasekhara prays to Lord. God, consider me as not your devotee, but as a devotee of your devotees, 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 devotees. You love more such persons. Consider it. So, my Lord, if anybody hurts your devotees, devotees, you take it very serious, right? Of course, that's true. Then, my Lord, the Naluran was responsible to pluck my eyes. Yes, you love me a lot. Because the Naluran did some kind of injustice to me, you hate him and you punish him a lot. Am I right? Of course. Why do you want that? Lord, please. You are interested in giving me some boon, right? So if you are really interested in giving something, give such a fruit as you give to me, the same fruit to that Naluran also. Don't punish me. You take me to your laps. Take Naluran also. You consider him like that. I know that you punish him a lot. Please don't do that, my Lord. I want only this much. Can you believe that? If a chance comes to us, God comes to us and asks, hey, what should I do? We say, make slices. But he didn't ask that. So we can understand the concern towards the fellow beings, no matter whether they're devotees or non-devotees, whether they are wealthy, whether they are poor. A real devotee is always considered or concerned for the fellow beings' benefit, for the benefit of everybody. Isn't it? That is what we are learning from our gurus, from our great acharyas. So, no matter who we are, it is devotion that matters with one person. And all of you are great devotees assembled here to do something, to feel something good, and also to add something good to the world, to the fellow beings around us. That's what we have to stand for, always. You know, this period is called Vasanta Navaratras, isn't it? 9 days of time is considered as Vasanta Navaratras. And we conclude that Vasanta Navaratras by celebrating the Sita Rama Kalyanam. With this Navaratra will be concluded. And this period is considered as Vasanta Navaratra. What is Vasanta? Bloom. Vasantam is bloom. As we see a flower blooms and opens up to the world, and we can enjoy the beauty of the flower. And anything that is there in that will be given to the rest of the world. And of course, all other creatures live like that. They never say that everything is to me or 50-50. If you take a tree, for instance, and if there are 100 fruits on the tree, and the tree says, all the 100 fruits are for you people, take it. No questions are asked. And take anything to that. Just enjoy. During one season, the tree gives all the 100 fruits, and as if it feels a discomfort for not giving more, by the next season, again it generates new fruits from within. It never goes to another shop to purchase a few fruits. Hey, I brought some more fruit for you. It generates new fruits again, new leaves and flowers from within, and again distributes to the world. See the generosity of a plant, of a fruit, of a flower. They consider that everything they possess are just for the benefit of the world. Those who are in need. I think a man has to learn that from the nature. That is where our gurus play a role in teaching us something. That's what actually we worship Rama also. You know, Rama, he never lived for his sake, but he lived for the sake of the world. Wherever he may be. Sometimes he was in Ayodhya. He lived for the people there. Valmiki beautifully mentions that in Ramayana. Early morning, Rama used to wake up, do some kind of jogging or exercise, whatever is required, and take some breakfast, and then get into the chariot, and then he used to go around the city and places around. If there is something good thing happening in somebody's house, he used to stop immediately there and joins them as if it is his own function. He used to conduct it along with all of them. And if at all there is something needed, he used to make a call to the court, to his palace, and says, come on, bring it immediately. I want it here. So, if a function goes in my own house, as I conduct it, as I do it, thus he used to make everything possible to the place wherever he gone and he sees. And then after finishing the whole job, function is done, then he used to go with joyful face back to his home. If somebody is feeling some kind of pain, he used to feel it that it is his own pain. As one responds, if at all one person is having some kind of pain, thus he used to do to that person also. Then only he used to feel happy. His concern for the fellow beings was like that. Not only for human beings, even for trees, even for the nature, even for the plants. If Valmiki very interestingly mentions in Ramayana, Rama left for forest, right? Because he was exiled for 14 years. Sumantra was his minister. He took Rama in his chariot and then he was taking him to the Ganges. It was springtime. It was Vasanta. All the trees were full of leaves and flowers, and the nature was so fragrant. Because nice weather will be there, wonderful breeze will be there, and nature would be having vivacious beauty. That was the season. Rama was dropped at the Ganga, and he crossed the Ganga and went to the other shore, and he did not again return. Sumantra was waiting there for some days, expecting that Rama may call him, because nobody wants to leave Rama. Right? So he expecting that Rama may call me, so that I can also go along with Rama for 14 years. I can also stay with Rama. But Rama did not. He waited there for 5 days. And then he started returning. The horses were not coming back because they were seeing the direction in which Rama has gone, just like that. So, with all the force, he brought horses back. And he also was suffering a lot because he did not eat anything for 5 days. So, he wanted to take some shelter under some tree. But all the trees were withered, just like the trees we see now. No leaves at all. Originally it was springtime. All the trees were full of leaves. But when he was returning, he did not see a single leaf on trees. They just dropped all the leaves. Why this happened? Is there any virus caught up? It's not the virus. It is the pain. Even to the trees, they also were not able to bear the pangs of separation from Rama. Trees. Have you ever seen that trees also feel the pain? They also feel love towards us, but they hate. Once we told to one of our friends, show a little concern towards a plant and see how the plant responds. You know what happened? After 1 year, one of our friends brought this much of plant with so big leaves of tulsi. Brought and kept there. We asked, hey, what is this? He said, Swamiji, these are tulsi plants, tulsi leaves. This big? Have you ever seen tulsi leaves this big? All of you must have seen tulsi, right? How big the leaves would be? Maybe this small. But the leaves are this big. I asked her, what fertilizer did you use? And the person who brought said, Swamiji, I didn't use any fertilizer. Because you said that last year, I was doing the same thing. You asked us to show a little concern towards the plants, right? So every morning and evening, I'm sitting with a plant and just trying to communicate something with love, devotion, chanting some names of God. That's all what I did. And this is the result. Do you believe it? Is that true? But the little love the person showed towards the plant made it to put these big leaves on it. If you are really having a concern for those things, they respond. So when Rama left the forest, the trees, all trees, just simply withered their leaves. He wanted to go to the river bed and take some water from that. But the moment he was approaching the riverside, and the vapor was coming onto him, water was boiling. Not because of hot sun, it's because of the pain. That also, the river also was going through, not able to bear with the separation from Rama. How do you believe in this? But you have to believe in this. He was having an elephant with him, and the name of the elephant was Shatrunjay. The elephant was named after Shatrunjay. So while he was leaving for forest, he asked his brother Bharata, "Hey Bharata, I give elephant to you. Okay, please take care. It's a so lovely elephant, Right from my childhood, I'm taking care of this. Because I'm leaving for the forest, you please take care of it." He left. He returned after 14 years. Bharata was, putting all his efforts to feed that elephant, but the elephant was not eating nor drinking. So it became so lean, just like a skeleton. Bharata was very much embarrassed. How can he take this elephant to Rama and hand over when it was totally, no flesh, only bones and skin. But he was feeling really bad, but he can't help anyway. So he said, "Ram, please pardon me. I tried my level best, my brother, to take care of this elephant, but I'm helpless, my brother. This is that elephant," he said. And then Rama, after taking the elephant to him, he touched the elephant like this. That's it. As if one gives the air to the tube. In olden days, we used to use the bicycles, right? You know the bicycles? And there will be a tube inside the tire. And we used to have pumps, air pumps. So when you fix it to that and push the air pump as if it, and then it becomes full. That's how when he touched the elephant, again he gained all the strength. Is what Valmiki writes. We can understand with the animals because we learned many stories when the Yajamani goes to some place, the dog, just waiting for the Yajaman, and it waits, and ultimately it dies on the railway platform itself. The Yajaman is gone by train to some place, and the dog was waiting on the platform for his arrival, but he did not return ever. So dog waited there for some months, and then it died there itself. Like that, there are stories we heard because they are also animals, know how to love and show the concern. Oh, well, plants and water, do they have that? They do have. We love Rama because he's concerned for his fellow beings, no matter whether it is a nature, a plant, or a creature, or a man, whoever they may be. He used to feel them as his own belongings. That was the reason why he was in the forest and he loved all the rishis and served them. He loved even the hunters like Guha and Sabari and gained their love. And even monkeys were ready to give away their life for Rama. Even Rakshasas like Vibhishana were ready to give their life for Rama's sake. We heard the stories, right? that should be a man. If want to be called as a man, I think he should be like that. Otherwise, this is also a two-footed animal. Not having any difference than other animals. As we see, there are many other creatures, moving in the nature. This is also one among those animals. But we want to be like that, right? We want to be unique, a special creature. That's why we dress. Have you ever seen any animal, any other creature dressing clothes? It's only the man who takes the dresses. Have you ever seen any other creature taking the cooked food? Huh? It's only the man who does it. Unique abilities, unique qualities. But these qualities are not just to eat and dress. If man becomes one to have the concern for fellow beings as a beings, not fellow humans, fellow beings, let it be inert or knowledgeable, anything. I think that is the real Vasanta. That is what we call the manas is expanding, not heart expansion. There's heart enlargement. We don't want heart enlargement, liver enlargement. But we want manas expansion. The horizon of the manas should be widened. That one becomes a real man. That is called Vasanta. That's a real spring. So we need an example for us to follow. That's why we keep Rama right in front of us. At least during these Vasanta Navaratras days, for 9 days we start practicing. If you are able to practice for 9 days continuously, you can continue that. Right? Some people say, without eating that I just can't survive one day. Few things. Without drinking, I just can't survive even a day. Some people say so. If you are able to practice it for 9 days, they can continue it forever. I think you must have seen the Ayyappa Diksha and other Dikshas. Nowadays people are, practicing. They said 40 days. Right? Some people say half Diksha, 20 days. Let it be half or full, doesn't matter. But they impose certain rules and regulations like, chanting the mantra, taking shower, because taking shower also is a big rule. For some people. There are some people who are Jumma karte. Daily nahi karte. So, take snanam twice a day and do mantra japa and sleep on the floor and just, eat with community. Don't close the doors and just eat. Eat with community and be a sattvic guy. Don't drink something which are very aggressive. And don't eat also something which is from a moving object. And don't consume things like onions and garlic stuff, which is very toxic. Be pure at least for 20 days, 9 days, or 40 days. If you are able to be like that at least for that period, that's enough. You can continue for the rest of the life. Diksha. They have to say something, so they say it's a Diksha. Follow the Diksha. That's why. This comes out. So, this is what we practice every year. When you start the new year, practice it. When you start the new year, think of a model so that that you also may be able to inculcate. It's simple. Did you ever touch camphor? How many of you touch camphor? Oh, that's good. What happens when you touch it?
It's cold.
That's okay. What happens to your hand then? Just by touching, your Your hand also will be having smell at least for few seconds or minutes, right? Did you ever touch Ingua?
Yeah.
What is that?
Ingua.
How did you understood Ingua?
90%.
Oh, that's okay. So if you understand it, there's my purpose is over. If you understand the Ingua, right, which we put in the Ogu and Jaru like that. So, what happens if you touch the Ingua? Smells. More than the camphor. Isn't it? An object from the nature, when you touch it, allows you to have that fragrance for a few moments, for a few hours. And if you keep a great personality like Rama for a few moments in your heart, what happens? What happens then? The greatness of that person, the generosity of the person, the values he observed to preserve the humanity in him of that person also will be sticking to us for some time. And if you think that person for 9 days, you can maintain it all through the year. You can keep that fragrance of the humanity with you all through the year. That's why how people say, while beginning the year, think of Rama. You start your year with Rama's name and Rama's thought. That's what they called as Vasanta. Showering new Vasanta in you. Vasanta is the heart, our manas. I don't want to say in English. I want to say that in Sanskrit. It is the manas that springs, that blossoms, that opens, and its horizon will be widened. And the more you widen, the more you will be loved. The more you widen, the more you feel joy. The more you widen, the more you include everybody into that. Not necessarily only human beings, you include everything in that. That is what we call as Vasanta, Navavasanta. So, this is Vasanta period, right? This is Navaratras, till Sri Navami. We consider it as Vasanta Navaratras. Think more about Rama. One of the Ramanuja Swami's disciples called Parasara Bhattar. He used to live in Sri Lanka. He said, in Vishnu Sahasranama only, I think all of you must be knowing Vishnu Sahasranama well, right? We are going to chant it now. There are names talking about the greatness of Rama also in that. Do you remember any of them? That is the last part of the stotram. But in the stotram I am talking. Parathihi Paramaspashtaha Tushtaha Pushtaha Subhekshanaha Rama Virama Virajo Margaha Neyaha Nayaha. These are the names of Rama. Each one talks about one unique quality of Rama. He was Rama. What does Rama means? What does it mean by Rama? Everyone enjoys or can draw the peace and joy from him. So he's called Rama. Ramante yogino asmin. Everyone will be pleased in him, with him. So that is Rama. Is everybody pleased with us in the world? Additional family. How difficult it is to understand. But with Rama, everybody was pleased, no matter whether they are humans or Rakshasas or monkeys or plants or enemies, even enemies. Hey Swamiji, one who hates, how does he become enemy? Huh? I'll give you an example. Should I? One small example. Do you know Surpanaka? Our best friend. Once she went to see Rama. It was her first encounter. She saw Rama was sitting there. And of course, Sita also was there. Lakshmana also was there. They are doing some other activities. And she came to see Rama and said, "Hi Ram, how are you?" He said, "That's okay." "What are you doing here?" The first ever dating incident in the history. And she said, "Come on, let's go around the mountains and enjoy." He said, "It's okay, but you know, my wife is here." and then what? He said, "Look, my brother is there, all alone." Until then, she didn't see him, Lakshmana. But suddenly she turned towards Lakshmana. He's also so beautiful. And she came to Lakshmana and said, "Hi Lakshmana, your brother instructed me to go to you. Shall we go around the mountains, please?" And he asked her, "Who are you? You look so beautiful." "Because you're raising hair, stout stomach, and you're really so beautiful." "Yeah, but who are you?" She gave her introduction, okay, and said, "Come on." And Lakshmana said, "Look, I'm a servant. He's the boss. And if you are with me, you also will become a servant maid. But for your greatness, and you said, Ravana is my brother, Kumbhakarna is my other brother, and so on and so forth. For your greatness, you are unfit to be a servant maid. You should be a queen. Okay? Because he is the boss, you can go to him and just ask him only. And he is the boss, he can entertain any number of people, no problem." She thought, okay, maybe good. And again she came to Rama. And then to Lakshmana. And then to Rama. It was just a shuttling. And ultimately she came to a conclusion. Looks, both are interested in me. But brother is thinking because of his wife is there. And the younger one is thinking because his elder one is there. So if I eat away that lady Sita who is nearby, I think just enjoy with both of them. Okay? And then he started running towards Sita. Then the light opened to Rama. Sarasamu Virasamaye. So a few things, are not good with few type of people, some type of people. So I said good words, but she was not able to understand what I said. Lakshmana also said good things, but she was not able to understand even that. So she misunderstood the words, and that is what actually made her to yes, attempt to eat Sita. And then said, "Hey Lakshman, her ears are not properly working. Remove them. Her nose, which she is supposed to smell, is not acting properly. Remove that too." So Lakshman removed ears and nose. Okay? That is what the story we know anyway. But I'm talking about the later story of that. She went running to her brothers. Kara and Dushana were her brothers. They were the rulers also of the forest, of the part of the forest. And then they were very much surprised to see her sister, came running with bleeding. She was very powerful lady because her breakfast is only 25 elephants simply, and 60 lions. That is her breakfast. So you can imagine about the lunch and dinner. And she actually, whenever there is an elephant, with the nose, she pushes the elephant and it dies. Such a powerful nose she has. And the brother asked, hey, why bleeding? Who cut your nose? That's what the brother asked. Then what she would have replied? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Suppose somebody hurts you, and another person asks you, who did hurt you? How do you reply? Do you say quietly and coolly? How do you say that? See that fool, that idiot, something like that. I don't know many scoldings. That is how we respond. When Surpanaka was asked that who did this to you? And she said, brother, how beautiful they are. She started telling, how beautiful they are. So pretty they are. How wonderful they are. Who cut your nose? Brother, the brother caught hold of my nose to cut the hand was so who cut your nose? Tell me. Brother, you know the power of my nose, right? With a single stroke, I cut my nose. What a powerful person. Brother got really upset. In Sanskrit, she said, Tarunau, Rupa Sampanno, Sukumaro, Mahabalo, Pundarika Visalakshau, Chira Krishnajinambaro, Palamulasino, Danto, Tapaso, Dharmacharino, Putro, Dasaradasya, Astam, Bhrataro, Ramalak. See, if a vehicle is going at 120 or 160 miles speed, and if you just kick the brake, then what happens? The tire suddenly stops, and then there will be a scar on the road, and tire will be damaged. Many things will happen. That's how her concern was so great. Probably she was so attached to say that Rama and Lakshmana did this to me. She gave almost 13 adjectives. Then only she was able to say that. I gave this example to you to say, even one who was hurt by Rama also was not able to scold. That is a man issue. The reason being, Rama was not having hatred towards any person. So he did not cause pain to any person, but he wants to set the cause to right. Understand? Don't hate the thief, but the reason for doing that activity should be criticized, should be rectified. And the person becomes good. That's what some people say. This is what Rama practiced, and what I say. That should be a man. Don't hate people. People may act in different ways, basing upon so many circumstances. so many forces, but hate that activity and set it to right if possible. Don't hate persons. Don't hate anything. Because everything in this universe is creation of God. Then why should we hate anything? It's not right at all. That is what Rama stands for. If you are interested, I'll give you another example. Another better example. Should I?
Yes.
It's not from a lady, from Ravana himself. You know Ravana, right? Ravana came to fight with Rama on the third day of the war. And Rama broke his chariot. And his bow was piece. It was broken. And his crown also fallen. And he became helpless. Rama would have shooted with another arrow. And the story would have been finished. Rama didn't do that. He simply just stopped throwing arrows and said, "Hey Ravana, you must have tired. Right? Go back home. Be prepared for tomorrow's fight. Better chariot, better driver, and powerful bows and arrows. Bring for tomorrow. Then I will show what I can do for you. Okay? Go. If necessary, entertain some people to do some massage also for night. Gacha, Anujanami, Ranartita Swami. Rama said. First time. Next time, for second time again, on 11th day, Ravana came to the war field and Rama was face to face to Ravana. Rama was throwing arrows. Ravana was simply watching and fell unconscious in the chariot. What happened? The driver took the chariot away from the war field. Then there was nice breeze. Ravana came to conscious and he opened his eyes. Where is Rama? Where is Rama? He started asking. The driver said, Rama is in the war field. Then why am I here? I brought the chariot. Why did you bring it? I need to save you. And I was saying Rama. The driver said, you are a fool. Why did you come to the war? What is your duty here? Are you here to see Rama or to fight with Rama? Huh? Now the international cricket competitions are going on, right? Matches, right? Final matches. There will be a bowler. There will be a batsman also, right? What is the duty of the batsman? To hit the ball. What is the duty of a bowler? To throw the ball, catch, 100 marks. But there are many varieties of throwing the ball, right? Somebody will be, give a spin. Somebody will be throwing the straight ball. Variety of balls they throw. And while throwing the ball, they jump in a different way also. Probably the news people catch that jump. And then they publish it in the magazine. Right? That's what they show usually. Because it is a very powerful throw. Right? Or fast bowlers maybe. So people are very much interested in seeing such bowling. Suppose batsman also is interested in seeing such a bowling. What happens? Ravana, you are a batsman. Rama is the bowler. When Rama is bowling, your duty is to hit that, not to see how beautiful you are bowling. Ravana said, Sitroho Prikhyata Virasya. Ravana is talking now to his driver. Sitroho. Rama is my Setru, my enemy. Yes. Prakhyata Veerasya. He was very renowned warrior. People were talking a great deal about Rama and his power. So far I heard, but I never happened to see that. Now this is a wonderful chance for me to see. So I'm seeing. And how he throws the ball? Ranjaniyasya Vikramaihi. With his Vikrama, with his Parakrama, Ranjaniya. He pleases everybody. Pasyataha Yuddhalubdhoham Pasyataha. I want to see it more and more. The driver said, you are a crazy guy. You didn't come to see the war. You came here to fight the war. Huh? Are you an audience sitting somewhere and purchasing a ticket? You are a batsman. You stood for that to safeguard the wickets. But you see how beautifully he is jumping. My God, what a fast bowling it is. That means where you will be. That's what you are doing. Being a driver, I have certain responsibilities. My boss, duty of the driver is not just to drive the vehicle. Duty of the driver is to take care of the person, the Ejaman also. You are my boss. My duty is to drive your chariot and also to take care of your life. That's why, if you are just seeing the war, then I thought it's better to bring you away from the war field. Take me back. I want to see it again. I don't want to take the chariot. Then what to do? If you are interested in fighting, then I take the chariot. My friends, you know why I mentioned this example? Though Ravana was treating Rama as his enemy, but he was not able to hate Rama. He was not able to criticize Rama at all. Because Rama was a model man. Rama was a real man. He wants to live like a man. If one lives like a human being, everyone loves them, no matter who they are. And not only just everybody loves, but people, rest of the society makes him God and worships them. Rama never wanted to be worshipped by everybody. He did not like it also. But what are you guys doing here? You made him a deity. And you constructed a temple for him. And you put him as a worshipable one. And you started offering flowers. You want to make him God, you don't want him to be a man. What is your interest? How do you want to see Rama? As a man or a God? Huh? God? It is safe for us. Easy. If he is a God, gods can do anything. Not we. Right? We have wonderful excuse then for this. We can hate anybody, we can do anything, and we can criticize anybody. We need not show our concern for others, and we can do it. If a man is able to command such a respect in the society, any man can get that. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Have you ever been to a circus?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Did you see that? A person jumps like this. Yeah? He's a man too. Can we do that? Why? We never practiced. Swamiji, it's not possible. Don't say that. If a man did something, any man can do that. Provided practice. You know, we standing and fall and broke our bones. But there in the circus, the guy jumps and then makes many rounds here and there, twist, and then stand, and then they go. And we are not able to sit properly, not able to stand properly. They walk on the wire and jump from the wire, again onto the wire, but still they are okay. Nice floor is there for us. Nice carpet also is there. Still we break our bones and hips. When one man is able to do that, why can't you and I do that? We don't practice. If you practice, you too can do it. Anyone can do it. Any man can do it. If Rama, as a man, is able to do something, is able to practice certain things, is able to make himself an example, why can't we do that? That is the problem for us. If he is a man, then people ask us to practice that. And if you keep him in the line of God's, conveniently, if you put him in the God's way, throw, then throw can do anything. We are humans. We are humans. We are the God. We are able to do anything. No, we don't ask us to practice all that kind of things. Devatas appeared before Rama and said, Rama, don't you know who you are? You are Narayana himself. Rama said, I'm so sorry. I'm a man. I'm a man. I born in Ayodhya. And my father is Vasanta. My name is Rama. Let me live like a man. I don't want to be God. And if you think that I'm God, then you are also God. Because the presence of God is very much here and very much there too. Just by the presence of God, if you consider that you are God, I mean the presence of God is in every one of you. Do you believe in that or not? Is God in you?
Yes.
Huh? Yes. Even the little guy knows that. God is there within you too. If He's not there here with us, I think then the vehicle comes for us to take this to maturity and to dispose it off. But right now it's not. We are very much here. Isn't it? Yes, God is with us, in us. And then by seeing the presence of God, if you consider one as God, I think all you become God then. Otherwise, live like human beings. And let me answer you like a human being. Atmanam manusham manye ramam dasarathatmajam. That is what Rama. We want Rama for that reason in front of us. Keep him with you. Let a touch of him be with us to add the fragrance. Just like the ingo, just like the camphor, or just like the magnet. Touch of the magnet makes a piece of iron and the magnet. After all, that is an inert object, an object with no life. When a magnet is able to give its power to a piece of iron, whatever the manas, which is filled up with knowledge here, if you are able to keep that Rama here with you, don't you think that this knowledge also will be sanctified and purified? And the fragrance of humanity starts sprouting from here also, blossoms from here, and the Vasanta will be there. When the flower is really blossomed, the fragrance and no one need to, hey, come on, take this fragrance, take this much of fragrance. The flower never says so. I'm not talking about American flowers. I'm talking about Indian flowers. Just like the Sampani, Shanbagam and Jasmine. And if it is there, I think no one need to share the fragrance of it. The people all around enjoy the fragrance. And as long as it possesses that, it keeps on distributing all around. Oh, I like this guy, so I give more to him. I didn't like this, so I don't want to give to him. The flower never says so. All around, it keeps on not just giving and distributing. This is Hridaya Kamalam. What do we call it? Hridaya Kamalam. And if the Hridaya Kamalam starts blossoming, I think the fragrance makes the people around it enjoy it. That is Rama. And then when this fragrance comes out, rest of the things will go to rest. Virama. Rama. Virama. Virajo Margaha. You know the Vishnu Sahasranama, the names of the Lord? The very next name is Virama. What is Virama? Break. Not break, it's stopping. When this fragrance comes really, rest of the things will be stopped. Ego will go away, jealousy will go away, envy will go away, and all evil qualities, whatever you name, they simply just leave the place. And the more you grow it, the more they go away from you. That's the reason the Parasara Bhattar, one of the great disciples of Ramanuja Acharya, says the names of Rama are Mruta Sanjeevani. What do you call it?
Mruta Sanjeevani.
What does it mean? It gives a new life even to a dead object. Even to a dead object. That is Ramana. If the heart here become defunct, not talking about the muscle part, I'm talking about the Hridayam, Manas. If the Hridayam is saturated, keep Rama there. And you can see the new tender leaves and the petals start opening up. And then the fragrance starts spreading all around. That is Vasanta. It happened exactly. You know Ramayana? Sita lost her hope. She was about to tie the hair with a branch of the tree under which she was sitting. And almost everything was done. Only a few seconds, that's it. And she was about to. It was the time when Hanuman was thinking, what to say? How to stop her? And then he said, he did not say anything. And he did not go to anybody. And he just, hey mom, stop. No. Simply he was sitting on the tree branch and started singing the glory of God. You know what happened then? She was about to just tighten it. And surprisingly, she forgot to do that and it was loosened. And just she became normal and just simply watching. and saw here and there, gained re-energy. Then Hanuman came down. New life was given to him. Murta Sanjeevani. That is Ramanama. We need Ramanama for that sake. Because most of his muscles, not physical muscles, I'm talking about the jnana muscles, have been almost saturated for all of us. We need new life. We need new energy to them. We need something to sprout from within. And we need a nice fragrance. And the fragrance never comes by perfumes. They spoil the health. So you have to bring something from within. Keep the Ramanama there. And that allows this to take new life altogether. And give it a variety of fragrance by which you will be able to share things to others. And others, they start showing concern for you too. Others, what is the relationship between Sugriva and Rama? Why Sugriva was ready to give away his life for Rama? Did you hear the Ramayana? Rama was in the Lanka the first night. And the monkey forces were slowly reaching Lanka over the Nala Setu, over the bridge. Rama, with a few monkeys, with Sugriva and others, was interested to climb up the mountain which is nearby because it was Purnima day. So moon was so wonderful. So he wanted to climb the mountain and just see all around. And surprisingly, on the other side of the mountain, Ravana's building was there. Rama climbed to some distance, and Ravana also was on his building with a couple of his friends. And he was actually got the message that some Vanaras entering Lanka. And so he came out of his building and he wanted to see how they are forming. Here Ravana, here Rama. But Rama was not able to see Ravana because, you can say, Rama was a human guy. But Sugriva was a monkey. His eyes are very powerful. So he was able to see Ravana right in front of Rama. And thought, I just can't bear this guy's presence here. Immediately from here, he jumped to Ravana. And just, made him confused. It was like a detective movie. Suddenly something falls on us and then we don't have any idea what it is. Ravana didn't have any clue. What is that? They're falling on me. And after some time, he was able to understand, some monkey came onto him. And then he wanted to give retaliation with some of his magical powers. And then Sugriva immediately again jumped back. Rama asked, hey, where is Sugriva? Where is Sugriva? And suddenly he started standing in the back of Rama. And he said, hey, Sugriva, where did you go? Where did you go? You are our boss. Rama thought that Sugriva was his boss. Sugriva said, Rama, I was not able to bear the presence of Ravana at all, who is standing there. I want to just do something to him. That was Sugriva. That was Sugriva. You know what Rama replied to that? Sugriva, you are our head. You should not go into that area like that. You are the leader. You should be there and you should keep sending people. If something would have happened to you there, you know what I would have done then? I would have killed Ravana I would have taken all the monkeys back to Kishkinda, put them there, and then I would have just given up my life. Because I'm living just for you. Sugriva was living for Rama, and Rama was living for Sugriva. And then Rama, take Rama into your heart and see the energy that you have. But I don't want the physical energy though. If the physical energy there, we give 2 punches to others. But I'm not interested in the physical energy point of view. But I want the energy to my manas. That is what the time now is for all of us. I'm so happy that that you people are here chanting the names of the Lord and doing meaningful services. We pray to God to bless you all, to keep His presence always with you in the palm of Ram. You call it any Ram, that's okay. You call it Sai Ram or you call it some other Ram, but let the Ram be there. And we need His presence with us always because we are human beings. Let's live like a real human being. Don't try to become devatas. Really dangerous. Yeah. Try to live like a man. Try to live like a real human being. So, it is what is taught to us by our gurus. The great gurus of Vedic lore taught us all this kind of stuff to us. That's what I gave you the examples like the Bhatta, the Suresa Mishra, and of course the Acharya Ramanuja. We are thinking of that great Acharya to give us such a kind of art. And you know the Ramanuja Acharya, right? So Ramanuja Acharya born in 1017. So 2017 is coming now. Then how many years? 1,000 years. Millennium year of Ramanuja is 2017. Yes, we were talking to our Sriman Ramanaji just while coming. It was Ramanuja who gave mantra to everybody. Prior to Ramanuja, mantra was very much restricted to give to others. For ladies, no mantra at all. Ladies are unfit to hear mantra. Strictly prohibited. If at all any lady hears the mantra, let the lead be melted and chopped into their ears. That was the regime. And of course, forget about the untouchables. If at all untouchable comes into the mainstream of the society, people used to beat him to death. They never permitted to come into the society. It was Ramanuja in those days, 1,000 years. I'm not talking about the present day situation where the nasty politics entered and spoiled the entire society. The mind of the man was probably got spoiled. So I'm not talking about the present day situation. 1,000 years ago, when the values are so strong in the society, then that Ramanuja, after he got the mantra from his guru, said, when God is for everybody, why not his mantra then? Our Puranas never put any restriction to us. So why can't I give the mantra to everybody? Then he went up to the temple tower and he invited the society and just opened the mantra to everybody. And the annoyed guru said, you are crossing my line and you go to the hell. But Ramanuja Acharya, with all humbleness, said, what would be the result when a person hears the mantra? because he comes out of the problems and miseries. If the world is coming out of the miseries by me, and for that cause I go to the hell, I'm ready for that. I'm the first person to go to the hell like that. Guruji's heart was moved. And he said, your concern for the people was immeasurable, Ramanuja. You are greater than us. In Tamil they said, in Tamil to say that, they called it Em Perum Anar. Em Perumanar. That became Ramanuja's name later. Ramanuja is called as Em Perumanar. Em Perumanar is not the name. It is what the Guruji said by seeing the quality of Ramanuja, that you are surpassing us. Em Perumanar. You surpassed us by your human touch and generosity. Not giving the mantra, but also he took even the so-called untouchables into the temple and made them have the darshan of the Lord, saying, all we are equal before God. No, all were God's children, right? I born from the same God, and you also born from the same God. You did not born somewhere from the sky, from the blue. Did you?
No.
No one. No one ever comes like that. All we came from the same God. So we are children of God. Somebody may be white in color, somebody may be black in color, somebody may be grey in color, somebody may be brown in color, somebody may be a bit heavy, somebody may be a bit lean, but that's okay. These came with some purpose, but God loves everybody. The more weak we are, the more we are loved by God. If a mom has two children, and one is studying very well, and the other person born in handicapped, not able to move, not able to think, not able to speak, and whom the mother loves more? The one who is challenged. So, if that's the case here in the world, and if there are some people like that who are underprivileged in the society, I think God loves them more. And if you are able to do something to that underprivileged person, I think you will be more loved by God. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
That's what God is all about. So, in a place called Melkote in Karnataka, Ramanuja said, come on, I'll take you all to the temple. And he made it a rule to the lateral archers, to the lateral rules. This should be the way of the man. What we call it as equality. Equality. Before God, all we are equal. God never showed any kind of disparity among beings. Nowhere in scriptures. Then why should we show that? That is what Ramanuja stood for. For that cause, if necessary, he was ready to go to hell also. Don't you think that we need such people in front of us to make an example? And he made 108 places as centers of that message. So, we are interested in doing some kind of service out of gratitude to such acharyas, right? If somebody does something to you, you say thanks. Right? Why do you say that thanks? Huh? Why do you say thanks to that person? Gratitude is something we need to have. So, if a small item is given and you say thanks to the person, but if someone gave you the real purpose of the life and the way to focus the knowledge in the society, how many thanks that you need to say to the person how much grateful you should be to such a person. No matter where you born and how you born. Don't you think that that human beings in general are indebted to such great people? Huh? Yeah. Why some people, you are all here, worshipping Baba here? Did he show any disparity among the people? No. Let anybody come, whoever is in need, get some kind of service. Let them feel happy. That is the purpose of the great people, my friends. They never show disparity. They never have any kind of partiality among the creatures in the world. They treat everybody equal. They stand for that. They live for that. They never hate others. They never criticize others. They never try to find faults in other people. They never try to find out the loopholes of others. They try to pack them up. They try to bring them up. They try to keep them united. That is the way of the great people of the society. We need to be grateful to such people. We are indebted to such people to make us a part of such a great society. That is what we are trying to do to such great Acharya, who we call as Ramanuja Acharya, because whose millennium year is coming in 2017 by creating a statue of equality. It is there. What we call it, just turn a bit towards the TV. That is the Ramanuja Acharya, who is doing namaskara. To whom? To us? No, to God. Why? Because we know how pure we are. And we know how great we are. Isn't it? Can anyone raise your hand that I never committed any sin in my life? Anybody? I never spoke lies at all in my life. Anybody? Maybe people who are sitting there, or maybe people sitting in the chair. That's, if somebody raises their hand, that's another lie. So, we are sinners. We commit many sin every day, every now and then, every moment. But we do namaskara before God and say, oh, oh, as if the devotion is, speaking. It's okay. But seeing such people, God will really become upset. Isn't it? So He is doing namaskara on our behalf. God, these are your children. They may not be knowing what is right or wrong. They may be committing mistakes. They don't know how to do namaskara to you also. Probably they may be doing with some selfish motives also at times. But God, on their behalf, I do namaskara. I surrender to you. Take it as their namaskara. They may not be doing at all, and they may hate also at times. But take this as their namaskara and save them. That is what Ramanuja stands for always. He is doing Saranagati to God on our behalf. Because God is pleased with them. So definitely because we are with them, God will take care of us. Did you see the kite? Patanga. Did you see the kite? Some kites will have tail also. Did you see that? But the thread, when we wave it, it is connected to kite only, not to the tail. But because the tail is attached to the kite, then the tail also goes to the height wherever the kite goes. Let us be like tails. We can, with a great goose, great archers, so that we can also reach the heights wherever they go, wherever they are, wherever they be. Right? That is what he is doing on our behalf. So that is Ramanuja Acharya, and we'll be having 216 feet of height and made of metal. The largest, the tallest sitting statue in the world, 216 feet. And it is going to come in Hyderabad, next to airport. Because it is next to the airport, the height restrictions are there. So they said you can't go beyond 230 feet of height. I said that's okay. Then we restricted that to 216 feet of height. So that's what Ramanuja, and sitting on a lotus, which is on a pedestal, and the pedestal will be having about 115 square feet of area, where the inspiring incidents from the life history of Ramanuja, like what he gave the mantra and he took all the untouchables into the temple and privileged them to be called as Tirukulatar, born divine. That's what Ramanuja meant. So that is what is being created there. And then there will be 108 places which Ramanuja made as the centers of his sayings, like what we call the doctrine of equality. So the temples will be coming all around Ramanuja Acharya, and it is in a 50 acres of area, and where it is coming, and we invite you all to come for inauguration of that. Now itself we are extending a personal invitation to you all. Okay, you can see many things. All these constructions are made of wonderful stone, and the statue will be made of nice metal, which will not be corroded by the ups and downs of the weather. So that's how they are made, and many things will be there because it's a place where we can learn things and we get educated. And all the presentations will be like different exhibits made of virtual reality and animatronics. That's how they are made. And all elevators also will be there like that. So if those people who are not able to just climb through the steps, they can take the elevator and then they can go to the place where the Ramanuja is, and they can have a nice and divine experience. And it's a project, a wonderful project, which should stand for thousands of years to come, to give the light of equality to the world, a message of equality to all the people, for us to learn and practice. So be a part of it. Reserve your dates for 2017. Maybe the project will be launched during June or August. So the exact date will be announced soon. And whoever he appointed as the ambassadors to take the message across the world are also will be there all around. And whenever just you enter the project, you will be given a headset to put on you, and it will be giving you all the details of wherever you go, what exactly it is all about in a language you understand. And if you know Telugu, it gives the Telugu description. And if you know Tamil, it gives the Tamil description. And if you are a Hindi guy, and you will get the Hindi one, and if you are English, you understand in English, whatever just language you want, you can choose that language, and then you can just see that, you can hear that. So the encrypted code will be there, your headset receives the code and keeps on just revealing the things that are there and about the persons, the statues, and the incidents, so whatever they are, you'll be able to get. Of course, when you return, you have to return the answer to it, and then you have to come back. But you can have a nice experience, a lifetime experience, by seeing that great project. So we invite you all to participate in that project also, not only in terms of just visiting that, also can become a part of the project, because great gurus are not somebody's property, right? Their knowledge is not somebody's patentized right property. It is for the world. It is everybody's property, and everybody can become a part of it. So also you. So we invite you also to take part in that project, to bring it up in whatever way you are able to. If you are an IT guy, you can give a bit of your knowledge to create something in the project. And if you are a technical person, otherwise engineering, and you can contribute some energy of your engineering skills and in bringing up that project. No, Swamiji, you're not able to do that. You'll be able to contribute something wonderful, and then you can contribute something in a way you like. There are no restrictions whatsoever, and everybody is at free to participate in that unique project and can become a part of it and see that it comes out. Let the world remember such great gurus forever. Somebody asked us, Swami, don't keep it very ambiguous. Just give us some way so that we also can participate. Mr. Ramana's friend, who was a police officer in Hyderabad, and of course, because of whom actually we came here, he ahead of time he said, Swami, my friend is there in the New Jersey, and you have to go to him. And he got a nice temple, and you have to go there and just bless them also. And he asked us, and we know him very well, of course, by some other reason. He gave a new life to us. That's how we know him. The worshipping deity who is with us, gone away for some time from us. He wanted to make a shrine on his own. And then, of course, obviously our duty is to launch a complaint. But we did not. But of course, the government launched a project of searching, and that police officer, after seeing the situation in the ashramam, said, until I get the Lord, I'm not putting off my dress. And as these people are not eating anything, until I found the Lord, I am also not eating anything. He took such a great pledge and started his mission and found in 3 days. And that was the Lord to us. While he was a police officer, he did not take such a big and strong oaths, but he did. And he brought. The day on which he brought the deity to us, the Lord, we performed Sahasra Kalsa Abhishek to our Lord, Rama. And all the kalasas which are sanctified with Vedic rituals, they will be touched by him, and then only we offer them. Give them to the Lord, even today, every year. And 3 years before, we were in Houston on the day when God returned, and we invited him to US also. That's how Ramanuja met with him here, hosted him in his home here. So that police officer, Mr. Koteshwar Rao, so he came here and he was here also, and he offered that Sahasrara Abhishek. So that's how it became. But when we announced the project, he said, Swamiji, then let me do something. I said, what are you going to do? Swamiji, for the project of this Ramanuja, I give my 1 month's income. This year. Next year, I promote my next promotion. And then that 1 month. And then that 1 month. Every year, till the project is completed, I give 1 month of my income. He said, you already brought my God to us. You already gave a new life to us. And what more you need to do? He said, that's okay, Swamiji, but this is how we have to become a part of that. So I started. That's how he made an announcement on the day when the Abhishekam was done, just 2 years before, I suppose. There's also a way, that's how you also can participate, if you are interested. Giving money is not the important thing, you know what I said? If you feel like doing something, you can do. But even otherwise, keep reserve your date for 2017 to come to Hyderabad and spend there at least for 3 days. Okay, the program there will be probably for about 12 days or so. So, most welcome to you all. And we offer our Mangala assessments to Sriman Raghuji and Ramanuji for inviting us to this Baba Mandir, where a nice environment is created. And the live Baba is so beautiful. As if the real man is sitting there. It's wonderful. It's the effort you people put speaks volumes when we see that. Really great. So that's so happy. God bless you all, and have this during this wonderful Vasanta Navaratras time. It's a grace of probably God, to bring us all together here and spend some time talking about Him, in His divine presence. Of course, our friends in India said we have to chant Vishnu Sahasranam. Right? Should we do it now? How many of you are interested in saying Sahasranam? Are you really interested?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How long?
22 minutes.
It takes 30 minutes. Okay? We start Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. And before that, we chanted the Mother's Stotra, Lakshmi Stotra. And before that, we do the Guru Parampara. Okay? That's how just we do the Parayana. And it takes about 30 to 35 minutes. Should we start now? It's already 9 o'clock, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Sai Datta Peetam is working on 4 pillars, Swamiji. The first pillar is Nitya Annadana. Whoever is coming here, with the help of devotees, we are doing the Annadana. The second thing is charity. We are reaching to homeless shelter, even though they are Americans or whichever country they belong to, and we are serving them food whenever we can. The third thing, under your guidance and steps, we are doing mass prayers called Satsang. That is our third pillar. And we are also, the main fourth pillar is education. We are creating scholarships not to students who study well, to the students who follow Hinduism spiritualism, and go in the steps that we have created. These are the 4 pillars, and Raghuji is pleased to have you here since we have started these 3 agams, chanting of 10 crore names of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam. We have already completed 7 crore names with your blessings, and today Sriman Narayana, Shakshat Sriman Narayana is here for us since we have completed 7 crores. And we are pleased to have you here. Without investing time, we give Swamiji to bless every one of us and give us his experiences and his Vedic wisdom. Sai Ram.
ప్లీజ్ కంపల్సరీ సర్వీస్ ఓరియంటెడ్గా మీరు చేసే వాటిలో చూస్తూ కొన్ని నేర్చుకుంటూ ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లాలని చెప్పి తీసుకెళ్తాను. దానికి మీరు రావడం అనేది మా జన్మధన్యం. ఇలా మీ బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ ఎప్పుడు మాకు ఉండాలి, మీ ఆశీర్వాదం ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. మా అందరి తరఫున అందరి తరఫున
Narayan. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege and honor to chant Vishnu Sahasranam with you, Swamiji. And you have seen what is happening here, and under the leadership of Raghuji Sharma. And the volunteers have really trying to recreate, Shirdi in America, and trying to teach the children chanting of Vishnu Sahasranam, trying to show some of the Vedic ways, so that way it's recreating India. It's very difficult. You come here, you go away, but you want to continue the tradition. And so the Shirdi in America is a project that is really embarked on this and trying to see how we can expand. And we're running out of space here, trying to create a bigger space.